Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing? I hope y'all are well. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much. My ladies, goddesses, queens, how are y'all? What's going on? Alright, so this video today's going to be a little different than my usual. It's always going to include candle magic, of course, but today we're going to be talking about fertility. Fertility spells, conception, pregnancy, healing, and most important, your goddess energy and manifesting. Using your goddess energy to manifest, but more than anything, hi Cecilia, more than anything, I really want to focus on fertility, because us women, we are the mothers of the earth, and pregnancy, fertility, energy, manifesting, prosperity, love, luck, home, all of that kind of goes hand in hand. I put up a post the day before yesterday introducing a fertility goddess statue that I came across, and I was really shocked and surprised at the overwhelming messages I got on my inbox. Hi everybody, I see everybody tuning in. Hi guys. Just asking a little bit more about it, and I get a lot of messages from people asking about fertility spells, and today I want to talk about that, but I want to dive a little bit deeper. So we're going to go beyond just the physical conceiving and growing a child, but how working with the statue, I'm going to give you some tips, I'm going to give you some things to use for your ritual, how this can correlate and correspond with your life in general, your magic, and deepen your spiritual practice. And of course, the ultimate goal, I feel like the baby is the reward, the fruits of your labor, but just really harnessing that goddess energy and some ways to incorporate this into your daily spiritual practice. Hi everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I see everybody's name tuning in. If I don't say hello, I still see you. I'm not missing everyone. I have some notes here. I'm gonna try to cover as much as I can in this little bit of time. So a couple of things. First and foremost, I know a lot of you had asked about the statue, and we're definitely going to get into that. What would be a video without candle magic? Like, I have to give you a recipe, so make sure you have a pen, you have a paper. Hi George. Hi Clarice. Make sure you have a pen and paper. I'm going to mention a lot of very helpful tools here for you ladies, and then for you men that are joining. I love having men joining on my videos, and if you're in a partnership, you should, hold on, I'm sorry you guys, I'm just getting some inbox messages. You should definitely stick around, because there's some information here that will help you too. And if you or anyone you love, or if you're in a relationship and you two are looking to start a family, grow your family, or conceive a child, then this video is definitely for you. This is some information that is going to be helpful for everyone straight across the board. Hey Victor, what's up? Victor, this reminds me of our conversation the other night, so you might want to take notes, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so first and foremost, hi Gregory. Hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I really wanted to make sure I had enough information and content to share with everyone. I am going to answer questions in between, and I'll pause a little bit and let you guys get your questions in, but I really want to jump into this information. So first, before we get started, I want to do two things, if it's okay with everyone. I want to just get a little roll call, just so I know who I'm talking to and make sure that I'm providing information to touch on everybody. Kind of just hit points for everyone here. So all the ladies, or even the gentlemen, if you can chime in and relate, that's awesome. So, but I really do want to ask the goddesses here that are watching, number one, because we are going to be talking about fertility magic and just kind of honoring your sacred body and your womb and your uterus and your temple. If there's anyone here, if you're a mother, if you've experienced pregnancy before, I'm just curious to just kind of take a tally of who's watching today. So if you're a mother, if you've been pregnant, press 1. If you're currently expecting, if you're having, you have a little one baking, press 2. Okay, and if you're trying to conceive, if you're looking to start a family, or you're trying to get pregnant, Victor. Thank you. If you are trying to conceive, press 3. And this is just for me. I just want to get a tally of who's here, so I make sure that I'm touching on a little bit for everybody. Some exciting things going on. You guys saw this. A lot of you may have seen this post. And I know a lot of you ladies are familiar with one of these, a yoni egg. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that and how to incorporate those into your altar and your ritual and manifesting your abundance. That'll be a little bit towards the end. So bear with me. I'm going to cover all this stuff. Again, make sure you have a pen and a paper because I have a lot of information I'm going to share with you all. And I am going to try to get through some of your questions today. All right. We see I've got some ladies in the house that are mothers. Okay, Faith. Hello. 3. You're with me. All right, so disclaimer, and I hate going through these, but I have to do them just because of the terms and conditions for both Facebook and YouTube. The information I'm going to share is going to be spiritual, and I'm going to make some recommendations for some healing things that you can do. Some of this may be new to you all. Some of this may be information that you guys already know, but bear with me. And just a little bit about me. Some of you know this, some of you don't. I'm not a medical doctor in any way. However, I do have a career background in obstetrics and gynecology. I have a 13-year career background in working in OBGYN and women's health care. I've done everything from prenatal counseling, infertility. I've assisted in surgical procedures. My first year, I had the privilege of working with a very prestigious OBGYN in Beverly Hills, and I got to shadow her in labor and delivery and sit in on both live births, vaginal deliveries, and C-sections. I moved on from there, and I worked for 12 and a half years for another very high-profile medical facility in conjunction with Cedars-Sinai Hospital. If you're in LA, you know that's one of the very well-known and best hospitals that offers prenatal care, neonatal care, and things of that nature. And again, I've done surgical procedures. I've done both clinical management, lots of prenatal counseling, lots of grief counseling for those that have lost pregnancies, those that have had stillborns. I've had patients that have come in, unfortunately, that have lost children, you know, babies at 28, 30, that nature. So along with being trained for 1 year in ultrasound for obstetrical ultrasound. And so this is really my background. So a lot of things that I'm sharing with you is not stuff that I've Googled or YouTube or read in books, but this is full on 13 full career years of working in obstetrics and gynecology and hands-on with my patients, assisting in surgeries and things of that nature. Before I left what I would call corporate America, and I left my 9 to 5, or really my 12-hour job, and I left being in the medical field to start my sacred practice and become a holistic healer and spiritual advisor. This is what I did. So I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of training. And what I've actually recently decided to do, which I will be starting in March of next year, as I've decided to incorporate both what I have gained throughout my life of being a spiritual practitioner and then my knowledge of being in the medical field, is combining those two. And I'm getting ready to start a doula program so that I can work with mothers and ladies that are trying to conceive or looking to have a more holistic approach and natural home birth, and incorporating both the support and guidance through conception, pregnancy, and delivering, but also incorporating the spiritual aspects of it, of meditation and working with essential oils and diet and health and coaching and all those things to make sure that a woman is supported through the entire duration of pregnancy and delivering a child, through what they call alternative medicine, but what I call ancient medicine, because to me, Western medicine is alternative medicine. Back in the day, women been having children for hundreds and thousands of years with no pain medicine, out in the woods with a bunch of women supporting them, water births, and all those things. What up, Shells? I sent you a message, by the way. I want to talk to you, too, about some fertility beads, but text me or call me. We'll talk about that later. Hi, Kalina. So yeah, just really supporting women, and this is kind of in my calling. If we combine my medical background with my spiritual background, I've got 20 years of experience, so that's something that's coming down later. So in about 18 months, if you're in LA and you're expecting a child, you're looking for a doula, I'm your girl. Okay, moving right along. All right, my love. So now that I got that out the way, just for the legalities of my videos, you know, YouTube has kind of pat the back of my hand of some things that I've said in my video, so I have to make sure that that's straight. But now you guys have a little history of my background and my work history and just where I'm coming from and how all this sort of ties into one or two. So let's talk about magic. Let's talk about fertility. Let's talk about spells. Let's talk about manifesting and creation. So I think a lot of you ladies would agree, and a lot of you men. Yes, Kalina, I've seen goddess pearls. And I may get into that a little bit later, not to go too far off. Girl, that was one hell of an experience. I know the vagina's not like a never-ending vault, but trying to find it up in there was... yeah, that was a whole nother story. If anyone has experience with those pearls that you're talking about, comment down below. I'll get into that later. Don't judge me, y'all. Okay, but... so, two things. Number one, women ask me all the time about fertility spells. And I can say to you firsthand from personal experience, when it comes to pregnancy and fertility and menstrual cycles, I know what it's all about. And I'm saying that because I have insulin-resistant PCOS. And this isn't something that I talk about a lot, but I'm sharing this with a lot of you because I know a lot of you ladies may understand or may even be experiencing the same thing. I know women deal with everything from fibroids to endometriosis to cervical dysplasia to abnormal pap smears to HPV. There's just, you know, the list goes on and on about the things that can occur within our bodies. There's things that us women can contract, or there's things that just develop within us that men do not experience. They can't experience. Their physical anatomy just doesn't deal with these sorts of things. And you know what I'm saying? If you've ever had a sonohystogram or HSG or a DNC or a DNE or a colposcopy or any of those things, you can, that's just scratches the surface of some of the things that us women have to deal with as being young women in our childbearing years and beyond, even if you're postmenopausal and all the hormonal changes and all those sorts of things. But back to fertility spells. And so this is what I say, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you're watching this video because you want a fertility spell and that's all you want, then I don't know if this is the video for you, or you may have to skip to the end, because magic, spell work, rituals, sometimes it's not as easy as set it and forget it. It's not just doing the spell and poof, there's going to be a baby. Doing the spell and poof, there's going to be the money. Doing the spell and poof, what you want. There's got to be some action. And I think with fertility magic, it's very complex. And this is why I have kind of steered away from offering it. When people ask me, can you do a pregnancy spell for me? I tell them no. A lot of you that have inboxed me, I'm like, I'm not going to say that they don't work, because they do work. I know people that have done them. But they're so complex, it's not just burning the candles and petitioning. Now that can happen, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about if you can do that, when you should do that, and if this is the right thing for you. But very quickly, and I always have to do this because I know there's new people joining. Hi Monica, hi Randy, hi everyone. Hold on, sorry you guys, people are like inboxing me. I love y'all, but y'all see I'm doing a live video here. Janelle, Erica, hi everybody, hi Earths. Okay, so when to do a fertility spell and if you should do one. If it's simply that you're having a difficulty conceiving a child, so I'm saying you and your partner, whether it's the natural way or you're doing in vitro or you're doing, you know, whatever it is with your partner, because nowadays families are, you know, they're families, we have same-sex couples and things like that, and everybody's entitled to have a child. So if you're finding difficulty in conceiving and there's no medical issues, could it be energetic? It could be, and there's a few things that need to identify. Number one, and if you're someone that's working on a spiritual level, you have a rapport with your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, your deities, your goddesses, the universe, whatever it is. Hey Karina, what's up, my love? I miss you. I haven't seen you. Let's talk. Sorry guys, I'm seeing names pop up. Hi Timothy, hi Soleil. So if you're having an issue conceiving, or maybe even holding a pregnancy, because you know, and if I don't know if any of you are familiar with PCOS, but when you have PCOS, it's very common to have multiple miscarriages. So if you have a problem holding a pregnancy or bringing in a child, there's a few things that need to be identified prior to that go around. Okay, so first and foremost is the energy around you. Spells, fertility spells are great when you have to say to that energy, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to conceive. I'm ready to grow another life. I'm ready. And also, we have to remember this package, our body is physical. This is a physical suit, okay? There's a spirit inside of this. The spirit does not die. Even with a miscarriage, that's not a death, even though in the physical realm it's very emotional and it feels like a loss, but it's just that spirit transitions and then it may come back again. And I've spoken to couples before that have lost children or lost pregnancies, and that spirit still came back in another form because it needed a healthier package. So it's doing a spell to say, number one, encompassing your energy with that energy of pregnancy, that you're ready to have a child. It's two, welcoming that spirit. Welcome them, welcome that baby, welcome that son, welcome that daughter. If you have a preference, if you don't, if you're just like, hey, I'm open, whatever Goddess wants to bless me with, I'm open. But you have to welcome that energy and let it know that I want you, I love you, I want you to be here, I want to be that vessel that brings you through. I'm going to say this, and some people will not agree with me. That's okay, but I'm going to say it. For the most part, most spirits that come through are from a higher dimensional realm, or at least we like to think so. Those cute little itsy bitsy packages that scream and ween and whine and shit and pee and suck off your titties is like, oh, they're so cute. Yeah, well, you know what? Don't let the cuteness fool you. There are spirits that will sneak in here, and they're not from a high frequency. There are some low vibrational spirits. Anybody see Rosemary's Baby? I don't know if y'all remember that. I want to say that came out in the late 80s or 90s. I was a kid when it came out. But Rosemary's Baby, that's some true stuff. Everyone that comes through these vaults are not all angels. They may look sweet. Some people are bringing in some demonic energy. Yep, I said it. Curse me if you will. Deny it if you want to, but it's the truth. And this is why you have to be very cautious with your partner that you're reproducing with how you are caring for yourself, prenatal, before you get pregnant, and when you're after. When the doctors tell you don't be stressed out and don't do this and don't drink alcohol, it doesn't, yeah, birth defects and all that, but this is spiritual. Don't be fighting with somebody. Don't be getting all drunk. Don't be doing this shit because you might fuck around and let a demon in. And you know what? Once it's here, you're stuck with it. You're not really stuck with it, but you could be stuck with it. And I can't tell you how many times I talk to people that want to have these children, and I'm going to say this again too. I know I'm going to be under some scrutiny for this, but y'all females, you want to have babies with these men and they ain't right because you want to keep them, and it's like that nigga is walking around with a bunch of demons in his nutsack. You don't need no babies by him. Recognize, okay? Sorry if it hurt your feelings. I don't care what you got to say. But that's just the real. And you're going to fuck around and bring in a child in this world that you're going to be mad. Who are you going to be mad? Because they're going to give you a run for your money. I'm going to leave that where it is. Okay. So spiritually, is it the right time? Is it the right time? Are you in a place in your life to fully support yourself, your body, your temple, nourish yourself? Is your living situation conducive? Are your finances in order? Are you physically capable of dealing with the pregnancy without having to put too much wear and tear on your body? Okay? Are you taking care of yourself prior to getting pregnant? Is your spouse taking care of themselves? Is your sperm donor that you went and got, was that some healthy sperm? How do you know? Because the clinic told you? You better do a ritual on that and make sure you got some healthy sperm going on. Is your man, for you ladies that are in heterosexual relationships, is your man taking his supplements? Does he drink water? Is he eating the right things? Does he have a cell phone next to his scrotum? Are y'all doing what you're supposed to do? If y'all just out here free fucking trying to get pregnant and you're not nourishing your body and you're not doing, are you guys doing spiritual rituals together? Are you sitting down and burning a candle, honoring your goddess energy and your God energy together? Are y'all asking and calling in the right spirit? Because children are expensive. Children will cost you more than diapers and food. Them little motherfuckers, I ain't even talking about college. I'm talking about all the riprap that comes with raising a child and the shit that they get into and the illnesses. Are you guys calling in the right spirit, or y'all just fucking trying to make a baby? So these are things to take into consideration if you're going to do a ritual to have a child. Hi, Timothy. Yeah, demons in your nutsack. A lot of these people, men tend to, I don't want to stereotype that. I probably shouldn't say this. But men and women take different types of risk. I'll just leave it at that. And we tend to attract different types of spiritual energies. So is the energy and energetic attachment that a woman has and a man has, is that conducive for coming together and bringing a child? Yeah, so right partner, is there time right in your life? You know, I talk to people that say, they tell me, and I'm not knocking anybody. You want what you want. I'm not trying to tell anyone do or don't have a child. However, if you know you ain't got no job, you're broke, your man broke, and you're living up in somebody else's house, getting pregnant probably isn't the best time to be able, because you're going to endure stress. That's extra stress on your body, on your psyche, on your emotions, on your partner, and all of that. Why? A baby's not going to fix your situation. It's going to make it worse. So that's what I'm saying is the timing conducive? And a lot of people, hi Don, a lot of people, and let me tell you, can I just be 100% open with you guys? Like I'm just airing it all out today with y'all, because I'm going to just be raw. I'm almost 33 years old, okay? And back when I was diagnosed with PCOS, when I was 18, it didn't really register, and I was just finishing school. I was just starting out OBGYN. It really wasn't a big deal. Wasn't nobody trying to have no baby. I was cute. I had a job. I had my own place. I had a car. I had a boyfriend. I had a couple boyfriends, but don't tell my boyfriend now I said that. I had my shit going on. Having a baby, dislocating my organs to let out another life and mess up this pretty yoni was the furthest thing from my mind. Well, fast forward, at 32 years old, it's like the only thing I think about with having PCOS. So I'm like, my life, aside from my health, my life needs to be straight. You know what I'm saying? Children aren't cheap. I don't want to bring in the wrong entity. I practice witchcraft. I do spells. I connect with a lot of people. I don't want the wrong entity invading my vessel, because spirits will use you to get here. So, and just the fundamentals, like shit needs to be right, okay? So, is the timing right? Is your partner right? Is your stress level, are you able to deal with a pregnancy without it creating a bigger stress factor in your life? Are your finances straight? Because let's face it, kids ain't cheap. And if you're broke, having a baby, it's just not a good idea. All right, I said that. Moving right along. PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis, insulin resistance, cervical dysplasia, all of those things that come along with gynecological history. Those things can be cured. Do you hear me? It may not be easy, but they can be cured. And if a Western medicine doctor has told you they can't be cured, you go on Lupron, you go on birth control, you go on metformin, you go on progesterone, agestin, spironolactone, and all this other shit that has, I got a prescription, I had all that shit, and I'm like, oh no. This stuff can be cured, okay? Unfortunately, we live in a country where a lot of these conditions in our bodies have been created through nutrition, through the food that is available to us. So I'm not saying the food that you consume, because you can be the healthiest. I know someone who was a vegan her whole life, ate organic, worked out. I mean, she died at 52 years old of colon cancer. You can do all the things that you're told, but it's what's available. And unless you're going to grow your own food, or unless you're going to move to another country even the organic stuff that they sell, which is, I think the whole organic and gluten-free is still a hoot. You only have what's available to you if you're in North America. If you're in another country, it might be different. But if you're in North America, you only have what's available to you. So nutrition is very important. And how do you balance out nutrition? Supplements. And I'll touch a little bit, just a very little bit on that from my own personal research and things that I've used for you ladies that are looking for supplements to add to support your fertility. How does this correlate to spiritual? When you're having an issue with your menstrual cycles, when you're having an issue with whether it's you're not having a cycle, or you're having a terrible cycle, or you're having ovarian cysts. I dealt with cysts for so many, I'm talking in the emergency room with cysts off and on. It was terrible. You know, if you have endometriosis, you'll understand when I'm talking about that. Your root chakra needs to be balanced. Your chakras are out of alignment, okay? Your sacral chakra. And I'm gonna have to save that for a whole other video, but when you get off of here, you can go look this up and understand energy. Our bodies are energy. Our soul is energy. And when there is a blockage, that will create certain ailments in the body. Now, nutrition, energy, it all goes hand in hand. The way you treat your body goes hand in hand. Emotions and feelings and thoughts and things that you've been through in your life goes hand in hand. But doing some energy healing on your root chakra is so important. And if you want a fertility spell that is going to work, you need to incorporate things from both a mind-body perspective. So it's not just, I'm going to do this spell and get pregnant. It's not just, I'm going to clear my chakra and get pregnant. It's not just, I'm going to take these herbs and eat better. It's all one. And this goes back to why I don't do fertility spells, because everybody wants the magic pill. They want to burn a candle and poof, the results. And it doesn't work like this. But if you're serious and you want to bring yourself and your body into alignment as a whole and really be able to experience what nature has created inside of us, you know, like I say, the womb, the vagina is the most magical place on earth. I dare any one of you to disagree with me. Come on. I'll wait for it. That's okay. You can inbox me later. But it's the most magical place on earth. So, yoni steams is something else. And how many of you are familiar with yoni steams? I've steamed one time, and I guess I didn't do it right because it was hot. I'll leave that alone. But yoni steams, I know multiple people will contest that doing yoni steams have helped them with pregnancy, and that's because the essence of the herbs are going directly into the vagina, into the cervix, into the uterus, and it's helping to balance out the hormonal imbalance. And a lot of these conditions, if you're growing tumors, or you're having insulin resistance, or you have endometriosis, or you have heavy menstrual cycles, or no menstrual cycle, or whatnot, or ovarian cysts, it's because, yes, whoever that is, you can friend me, it's because there's an imbalance, hormonal and spiritual. So if you're doing yoni steams, but you're not doing chakra meditations, you're only doing 25% of the work. If you're doing chakra meditations and you're doing yoni steams, but you're not taking the right supplements and you're not eating correctly, you're not going to get it. And I don't care, you could fuck 100 times a day for the next 6 months. Ain't no spirit about to come in there. That spirit going to be like, that is not a conducive nest for me to grow in. Okay? Are there any questions before I go any further? And I don't know what time it is, but I'm going to try to wrap this up. I'm going to leave you guys, okay, I know the reason why you're here is to talk about this and to get a ritual that you can incorporate to what I know all of y'all already doing. So y'all are steaming your yonis, you're doing your meditations, you're wearing your belly beads, you're working with your crystals, you're eating healthy, you're working out, you're drinking water, and you've got your partner, or you're going to a sperm donor, a bank, that you are screening the sperm correctly, right? So all this stuff, y'all already know this. Am I right? Okay. Someone sent me, and I have to thank her. Okay, so there's two people that I want to thank really quickly. Number one, Carissa sent me some Maca root powder, and this was about 1.5 years ago. And I did a workshop, and I shared, you know, again, at 32 years old, even though I'm not like, I ain't trying to get knocked up in the next 6 months, but at this age and this point in my life, and I have a partner, and we have a very healthy relationship, so at some point I want to be able to know that I can bear a child. With him would be ideal, but I've always wanted to be a mother, and however that has to play out, it's going to play out. Maca root powder. Maca root comes in red, black, and yellow. Usually it's combined, so you can find that at a health food store. It is a libido enhancer. You can use maca root for both physical taking, and you can add it to your candle magic rituals, because again, even these herbs that when you ingest them, they have, and herbs, let me just say this, they don't make your body do anything. They support your cells, because this is a cellular, molecular healing that has to happen. They support your cells, and they kind of fill in those little crevices where your cells are missing certain nutrients and certain things to make them fire off. They support your cells into doing what they're already supposed to do. So they're just kind of sitting there flatline. They ain't doing nothing. So if your progesterone is out of line, if your estrogen is out of line, if your insulin is too high or too low, if your pancreas isn't doing what it's supposed to do, if your thyroid isn't operating properly, if your liver isn't operating properly, you're going to have infertility issues. If you have not seen your doctor, ask for what's called a 3-day or an amenorrhea panel. That is a blood test that is done on the 3rd day of your menstrual cycle. And I'm going to tell you what to ask them. Doctors do not tell you this stuff. I had to work for a gynecologist for 13 years that prescribed Clomid and progesterone and all this other shit to people to get them pregnant, when all someone had to say to me was, take these supplements, follow this guide, cleanse your body, get some Reiki, and your fertility will be on track. You know, when I found out I had PCOS, they gave me birth control. Why the fuck would you give somebody birth control who's already not ovulating? So you're going to suppress what my body's already not doing and delay what I could have been healing for 2 years. I had an IUD. I had a Mirena IUD that got embedded in my uterus, had to be surgically removed, caused me abnormal bleeding for 4 months. And they're like, yeah, this is going to fix your PCOS because we're giving you progesterone. That was a bunch of bullshit. Let me just say it. And one of my doctors, he's friends with me on Facebook. One of the best known doctors in Beverly Hills. If I was dying, I would call him. I would want David Finke. I love him. I think he is a phenomenal physician. He is schooled in Western medicine. If I ever pop out a baby and can't do it at home, he's who I would want. Would I trust him to put me back on hormones? Fuck no. Because I was on an IUD for 3 years that was suppressing what my body should have already been doing, and it wasn't doing. And I've set myself back 7 years of fertility. Get off the hormones. Get off the birth control. If you don't want to get pregnant, use condoms. Don't take that shit, and don't let them tell you that this is going to cure your endometriosis. It's going to cure your cysts. This is going to cure your PCOS, because it's not. All it's doing is shutting down what your body is supposed to naturally be doing. You need to be supporting your systems, or you're going to sit yourself back. Okay. Get a pen and paper out if you want to know the supplements. Now, I'm not prescribing these. I'm recommending these. You will have to do your research and look them up and see if they are going to work for you. But I'm going to give you guys some supplements that you can use, and then I'm going to go into the spell, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about this fertility statue and how this can help you. All right, so number one, maca root powder can be found at Whole Foods or any health food store. You can order it. They have the raw, or they have the, I think it's called the gelatinized, or gelatinized, something like that. You can get yourself some of that. Donquai, DONGQUI, also known as angelica root, also known as master root, which is a commanding herb for spell work. So you get yourself some of this. It can be used, it can be ingested. It's safe as a tea. It can be used to command someone in an oil or on a candle magic spell. It can be mixed into smoothies, but it's really bitter. So you may want to get it. It comes in a tea bag form, and it comes in a root. It's a little yellow root that stimulates blood flow to the uterus. That stimulates. Now, do not, if you think you're pregnant, do not take this. Dong Quai is known to induce uterine contractions, which can lead to a miscarriage. So do not take this if you think you're pregnant. Do not take this if you are nursing. But if you are absent or amenorrhea, absence of menstrual period, then you want to take this. And I didn't go over the blood test. I kind of skipped over that. Let me back up for a second. Ask your doctor for a 3-day lab. You want them to test your FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, your prolactin, that's what produces breast milk, your progesterone. If your progesterone is out of whack, if you're not producing enough progesterone, progesterone is the glue that holds a pregnancy. If your progesterone is low, you will not be able to carry that pregnancy all the way through, okay? If your progesterone or your cervical mucus is too thick, sperm cannot pass through the cervical canal to get into the uterus. So your progesterone and your estrogen need to be leveled. If you have insulin resistance, it will definitely affect your estrogen level, which means you will not ovulate. So you want to check those numbers out. Get your TSH, your thyroid. Doctors will say, oh, we'll do a TSH. No, we're not going to stop there. I want my TSH, my T3, my T4 done. That is called a thyroid panel. You want the whole kit and caboodle checked. You want your testosterone levels checked. I just saw my doctor and she was like, oh, your testosterone is not normal. It's just a little high. Well, a little high is not normal. Hello? Just because you're not out of range. By the time you're out of range on paper, it's too late. Get your testosterone checked, your FSH, your estradiol, your LH, your prolactin, and your progesterone, and they're going to tell you, oh, we don't need to check prolactin. You're not nursing. Well, if you want to be able to nurse, you need to know that the hormone is working. You want a full amenorrhea panel, which can either be done on the 3rd day of your menstrual cycle. If you're not ovulating, you're not having a period, you can just go in and tell them, I want to see where my labs are. This may or may not be covered by your insurance. You might want to call your insurance company first and see if it is covered. If not, tell your doctor you want them to, if you're getting ready to go for your well woman, your yearly pap smear and all that, ask them to bill your insurance. Now, this is a vital key. Tell your doctor you want them to bill these blood tests as an annual screening, because in the United States, every woman is entitled to 1 annual screening and physical once a year for free. Your insurance will cover this blood test if it's billed under an annual screening code. If it isn't, you might have to pay for it, and it will be expensive. All right, moving right along. Maca root powder, Dong Quai, Vitex balances your hormones. It balances that estrogen and progesterone. Women have been using Vitex or Chase Tree for centuries to get pregnant. It comes in a liquid tincture form. I think I have it. Hold on. I've got a boatload of supplements, you guys. I can't even tell you how much money I've spent. Okay. No, I finished it. That's okay. It comes in a liquid form. The liquid lasts longer, but the liquid is stronger, but it doesn't last as long. So it's a little costly, especially if you get it from Whole Foods. Damiana. Okay, Damiana. The Damiana for the love spells. You can use this in your fertility spells. You can also take this orally. This is also to increase your libido. Your libido energy will contribute to helping you ovulate, and it will help your body call the sperm in to want it to fertilize the egg. If you have PCOS, you might want to look into saw palmetto. Let me see, I have it here. Saw palmetto will lower your testosterone levels. Saw palmetto berries. Also, you want to make sure that your liver is functioning properly, so get yourself some milk thistle. Milk thistle is a liver detox, and all of your organs, they all gotta be in unison, right? Because what do they say? It takes a village to raise a child. Well, guess what? It takes all your organs to grow a baby. Ashwagandha, woo! let me tell you something. This stuff is, now I have a fertility oil that I put on my pulse points, and it smells really good, so I wear it on a day-to-day, and I have to remind myself, like, ooh, don't be wearing that. I'm be trying to love myself up. But I do, when, you know, when I get ready to see my, when I see my partner or whatnot, I wear my little fertility oil, and it drives him crazy. But I have both, I have both the liquid and I have the herbs. It's interesting because even though the liquid goes into your bloodstream, the herbs seem to work better for me. I have to not take this stuff. You take 3 of these and your light button is going to be on. So if you know you have a date, or you know if you're doing an ovulation predictor and you know that, okay, your LH is going to be surging in a couple of days, you want to start taking these. Yeah. This, just like maca powder, will have you looking at everything, including the tree light. How you doing? Exactly. But ashwagandha and let's see. Will you post a list? Yes, I will post the list of these list of these herbs. And like I said, you need to look these up. Don't just take my word for it and start throwing stuff down. But look these up and see what you need to take that works for you. And all of these that I'm recommending, the fibroids, you may want to do some yoni steams. And if you don't have any yoni steams, you don't know how to make them, you can contact my girlfriend, Fabling Ruffin. She creates yoni steams for women, and she has them on her. You can contact her through Facebook, and she will create some, and you can contact her about ordering those, or you can just kind of do the work. I find that yoni steams are a combination of so many different herbs. To me, it's just easier to just buy something that's already made and ready. Okay, let me see. Vitamin D and folic acid, very important. You should be taking a folic acid. You should be taking a vitamin D. If you're insulin resistant, if you have diabetes that runs in your family, this is something I asked the doctors that I worked for. Now, these are, when I say, I mean, these are USC, UCLA, Princeton graduates. These are doctors with medical degrees, and I'm reading the back of these prenatal vitamins at work like, well, wait a second. She has gestational diabetes. Why does her prenatal have dextrose and saccharose and high fructose corn syrup? Why are you prescribing a prenatal to a woman that's diabetic that's full of fucking sugar? Check behind your doctors. Read your ingredients. Read your prenatals. Don't just take something because it has a pregnant woman that looks all happy and it says it's a prenatal. You need to read this. Sugar is the enemy. Now, I am a champagne connoisseur, but I draw my line somewhere. I've recently transitioned over to a ketogenic lifestyle. So if you're trying to get pregnant, you might want to look into a ketogenic lifestyle, a ketogenic way of eating to eliminate your body from processed carbohydrates and sugars to help your ovulation. It will also help strengthen your uterus. Okay, I'm going to finish up here because I feel like I've been talking forever. Ashwagandha is also an adaptogenic, so this helps your body with stress. It has helped me with I have road rage. I'm just letting it all hang out today. But it's okay, it's just us ladies. I have road rage. This helps that. This also helps lower the testosterone, which contributes to my, you stupid people. Yeah. Alright. Tools for spells and how to use this baby. So the whole point of all this was to tell you about, I have been researching for over a year for things to implement that I can utilize as a doula to work with my clients, that I can put on my goddess altar. You should have a goddess altar. And we're all trying to manifest money and a house and car and all this stuff, and maybe a husband or a wife, whatever it is. Do you have any physical representation of your goddess energy on there? Now, I had... Okay, I don't feel like going down there and getting it, but I had a picture, but that wasn't enough. For me, at least, I like things that have energy. I like things that vibrate. Now, this here, this is, and I ordered this. This is the Mama Donna statue. This is handmade. This is one of a kind. Not one of a kind, but this is one of a kind. So you're not going to find this on eBay or Amazon. You're not going to find this in a store because this is handmade by the creator. Her name is Erin Zaffis. Zaffis, Zaffis. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I did try to go on her Facebook, which is very private, and I got the impression she doesn't want to be bothered on Facebook. It's very family orientated, but you can connect with her through Etsy. I sent her a message on Etsy the day before yesterday telling her that I was going to be using this for my goddess circle, my full moon circle, for the women that want to conceive. We're going to be doing a full moon ritual. And I just want this as a physical representation on my altar to manifest. Because when you're not in alignment with your goddess energy, when you're misaligned, so again, I'm going to just say this. If you're not having sex, if that's by choice, you're on this, I want to be celibate, that's on you, and I'm not going to go there. But sex keeps you balanced, whether it's with a man, with a woman, or with yourself. I don't care, but it keeps you balanced. And if you want to manifest the life that you want and the things that you want, you have to be physically balanced through all your chakras, including your vagina. And you need to have something on your altar that is a reminder of that divine, feminine, creative energy that we all have. We are put here on earth for a reason. Us women are fucking amazing. Yeah, I said it. Some of you may not agree, but I do. Let me get some likes if you agree. Because without us, mankind, womankind would not exist. So this very special statue, she hand makes these. They're hand painted. This has a carnelian, which is the stone for balancing your hormones in pregnancy, as well as moonstone and rose quartz. So if you are trying to get pregnant, you should try to find either a waist bead or a bracelet that has carnelian, moonstone, and rose quartz. There are other stones, aventurine, fluorite. You can work with those stones, carry those in your bra, but those are the three primary stones. So this one has carnelian in it, in her sacred opening, where life flow comes out, where children come out. I mean, you know, babies come out other ways, but we're just saying. She blesses these. She's a spiritual practitioner, a holistic practitioner. She is a doula, a labor and delivery nurse. She practices magic. And I was so excited when I came across this on Etsy. I don't sleep. Surprising, right? I don't sleep ever. And I was scrolling through Etsy in the middle of the night during the full moon at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, my rituals are done. I guess I'll shop online. And I've been looking for something like this to put on my altar, not necessarily for the fertility aspect, but I wanted a goddess representation because I'm like, what's missing on my personal altar? I've got crystals, I've got hearts, I've got water, I've got wine, I've got offerings, I've got money. I don't have anything goddessy on there. And I came across this, and I read the reviews, and when I say I research, so I get very obsessive compulsive. When I get on something and I start looking up stuff, I mean, I go all in, and I'm reading and I'm researching, and this is days and days and days and hours and hours and hours and not sleeping. I go to the library. I really do my homework on certain stuff, especially if I don't know something. I want to learn about it. So I did some deep research on the Mama Donna statue, what it represented, what it meant. I won't go into all that. You guys can go on her website. She gives a beautiful description, but she created this by accident. And I don't know if it's the molding that she used, but she had shared with me she made this by accident. And there's so many reviews of people that have used this and have gotten pregnant not too long after they acquired it. Or they have just seen a change in their feminine health by working with it. So I would say get yourself one of these, put this on your altar. The full moon is coming, which is a beautiful time for doing fertility rituals. These come in multiple colors, multiple stones. So she has carnelian, she has moonstone. There's a whole list. I will link her information down below. It comes with a little bit of background of the Mama Donna, which is an ancient fertility goddess figure, and how she came across her spiritual path and started blessing these. You can leave her a little message in the order box. So if you want it to be blessed with some specific energy, you can go ahead and include that. Like I said, these are handmade, and I believe they're made to order as well. So it's very special. She even put a little thank you on here, which I think is so sweet. I mean, I'm probably one of 100 customers, but the fact that she took the time to handwrite, thank you for your purchase, that means a lot. So, all right, let's get down to fertility spell, and then I'm going to wrap it up. because I'm getting hungry and I have a client, which I hope I'm not late for. All right, so tools. I went over the stones: rose quartz, moonstone, garnet. You can make yourself a libido or a fertility oil. I encourage everyone to get this book, the Eloins or Lewins. I've never known how to pronounce his name. My mother called it Eloins. Other people say Lewins, whatever. This is the Complete Formulary to Magical Oils by Celeste Rain Heldstab. I just came across this book a couple weeks ago. I didn't know that it existed. And I have to say, I was going through this book like, now my oils that I make, yes, I've studied, but I don't, none of my recipes are from like online. These are stuff that my mom's taught me, or just my own intuition. I'm like, I'm gonna throw this and throw that together and see how it works. And I came across something in this book and I'm like, bitch, she dissect my oil. But that's okay. Now at least I know the things that I'm putting together do work, especially if it's in here. So she has, I'll just show you really quickly. There is a list of, like, this is Jezebel oil, and she will list Lang Lang, Jasmine, Rose. So she has a list of things to use in your oils. There's a fertility oil in here. There's an aphrodisiac oil. The libido oil I make, some of the ingredients that I intuitively knew to use was mentioned in this book. So it's a very good book if you want to make yourself some oils to entice your partner. Certain things use on your pulse points with caution, because I think people tend to forget your skin is your largest organ on your body, and what you put on your body does get absorbed. So you need to be careful what you put on. Like, I have a disclaimer, my money oil that a lot of you buy has cinnamon oil, which is not recommended in pregnancy, which it says it on my website. If you're pregnant, you do not want to use cinnamon oil, or you want to be very cautious. So be careful, but you put certain oils on your pulse points, it will stimulate arousal. It can be an aphrodisiac for, you know, getting your partner and you in the mood and all that. So get yourself one of these books, make your oils, order yourself a statue, start doing your yoni steams, get yourself a yoni egg. I have not used this the way you're supposed to. I keep it on my altar just as a representation of my goddess energy and my fertility. I chose rose quartz because babies are made from love. Hopefully. Write yourself a petition. So, call me crazy. There's certain astrological signs I don't want to deal with. Okay, hold on. What's the book again? It is the Complete Formulary of Magical Oils by Celeste Heldstab. It's on Amazon. I'll put a picture down below for those of you that want to order it. Fantastic book. I find myself up at like 4 in the morning reading it. Write yourself a petition. There are certain zodiac signs that I'm not too keen on, which means I have to make sure I don't get pregnant in those months, 40 weeks before. Now, mind you, you cannot predict. Children can come at any point. But if I can help it, I'm going to try to calculate my pregnancy in the months to make sure I get the sign that I want. That's just me being neurotic, but you know what? At the end of the day, a beautiful life is a beautiful life, and I'm going to love it no matter what it is. But preferably, I like one I'm not going to be tussling with when it's like 16. Because homie don't play that. I ain't the one to get your little ass beat around here. Not literally, but figuratively. Maybe literally if you piss me off. Okay. Yoni eggs, a petition. Welcome that energy into your life. Say that you're ready to be a mother. Say that you're ready to start your family. The qualifications, you want it, if you're going to bring in a life, you want that child to be successful. Of course, you want a healthy pregnancy. Ask for those things in your ritual. You can use a green candle. Green is for fertility. There is a sage goddess. If you're familiar with sage goddess, you can go online. She has a Jaya candle, which is, it's a pregnant woman, and it actually comes in a set. She has a Jaya mother goddess and father god candle. If you are working with a partner, a male partner, you both can, or even if you have a female partner, that's the masculine energy in your relationship, you both can light those candles and do a ritual together and then proceed with your in vitro or whatever it is that you're doing to try to conceive. She has a flower of life candle, which is the one that I recently burned, and this was, I'm focusing on healing my body. Like I said, the baby is the reward. It's not the objective, but it's healing my PCOS. but more or less getting my root chakra to not be blocked so that I can better my manifestations, become a better healer, so when I complete my doula program, I can work with my clients on a higher level, know that the energy flowing through me is clear and supportive to support them. Get yourself some waist beads. A beautiful sister, and I cannot remember her name, and I have so many messages in my inbox, like, I say this, but there's literally like over 200 messages in my inbox. I can't find the message. So if you're watching this, you made me some fertility beads like a year ago in October, and I want to contact you, and I can't find your PayPal information, and I want to order some more. So if you see this video, please message me, because the beads I love, they're beautiful. I will post a picture of them. I'm wearing a dress right now, so I won't expose my goods to show them to you all, but they're beautiful beads, and she incorporated carnelian, aventurine, garnet, moonstone. I have a little Pisces symbol on them with the fish, and fish represent fertility, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So I'll take them off, and I'll put up a picture of how she did them. I got them like within a week of placing the order. They're reasonable, and she made them to order, and she really asked me some questions, and we had like a consultation, and she created these beads. And the funny thing is, I've had them for a year. I just put them on, and they felt like, these feel good. They were so magical. I love them, and I wish I knew her name to give her a shout out in this video, but if y'all share this video, please, maybe she'll see it. I'm sure she's friends with somebody. She and I have like 100 friends, so I know one of you know who I'm talking about. I just can't think of her name at the moment. Get yourself some fertility beads. Start taking your supplements. Time your intercourse. Red raspberry tea is great for your ovulation. It also can be incorporated on your green candle. So what I would do is I would get a green candle. I would get some red raspberry tea. I would get some Don Quai. I would take this book and make myself a fertility oil, get a yoni egg, order the statue, and do your ritual on a new or full moon with the petition of your baby, the characteristics. If you're open to gender, fine. If you're like, I really want a boy or girl, maybe you already have a couple of boys or a couple of girls and you want the other, petition that. Do this with your partner if that's possible. If you're single and you're conceiving on your own, that's fine. You can still do this, and then go ahead with however you plan on conceiving. I put a lot of thought into this. This works, okay? I do hope that this information has been helpful. Get with a holistic healer or a practitioner, someone to do some Reiki on yourself. You will get pregnant. You will clear your chakras, and you will manifest better. You will manifest. You will start seeing your abundance in your life and your prosperity come to you a lot quickly. Make sure that you're in alignment, okay? Can you afford to have a baby? That's important. Is your partner right? That's important. And just be real. Let's just be real here. Producing another life form is not, they're not toys, they're not accessories. Babies are people, and they deserve to have the best possible chance in life, and you deserve to do it stress-free and enjoy your pregnancy experience. Having a child is a beautiful thing. It shouldn't be stressful. You shouldn't be sick. And all that morning sickness and all that bullshit, that's your diet. You need to clean that diet up and tell your man clean up your diet too. Ain't nobody be throwing, I ain't throwing up around here. We ain't doing none of that. We having an easy breezy baby. Push that kid out in three pushes underwater, and boom, welcome to the world, my love. All right, ladies, I hope this is helpful. I really do hope that this information has been helpful. I've shared a lot of the stuff that I've learned, and some of the things that I'm doing. I've put my personal life out there to you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions. I will link below the list of supplements, the book, and I will put down Erin's website if you want to order one of these little statues. Make sure that you let her know that I referred you. She's super sweet. I loved conversing with her, and she's very supportive in women's health care and really wanting to help people get pregnant. And read the reviews. So many women have talked about how they've gotten pregnant within 1 to 2 moon cycles of just having this on their altar. Oh, I didn't mention this. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Those of you that are doulas, or if you're pregnant, so the intention also, this is a focal point for meditation and to help ease labor pains, this little goddess. So what you do is you have this in the room with you present when you are, hi Heidi, oh, I love you. She and I go way back, like she's known me since I was a kid. This helps relieve labor pain. So especially if you're having a natural birth, if you're delivering underwater, you're going, no pain meds, whatever it is, this is to help relieve labor pains. And carnelian helps also. So when you are in labor, you may want to have some carnelian around. You have some moonstone around. You have some garnet around you. Have some peppermint tea. That also helps. So all of those things. All right, my loves, I'm going to hop off of here. I'll leave all the info below. Message me privately if you don't want to put it, if you don't want to put it down in the comments. Leave any questions in the comments so I can answer them, because someone else may probably be wondering the same question. I love you all, and good luck. Good luck on your childbearing, and I'll keep y'all posted on my PCOS, curing my PCOS journey. All right, love you guys.